Donald Trump Jr. wants the internet to do your thing and find the shooter of the CEO. Ta! They put up some internet gaming Assassin's Creed looking dude or whatever. Sorry, but I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. Insurance doesn't cover my glasses. Gee, if only there were a good universal health care program to help with your impairment. Nah, eyes are luxury organs that require their own separate insurance. You know, I had a bad concussion a few years back and struggled really hard to get my insurance to pay for the treatment. Sorry, dude, it's really affected my memory. I can't help you. Yeah, pretty sure the internet didn't see shit this time. Apparently, dude took a bus from Atlanta to New York City. As a Georgian, just saying I was with the dude at the Waffle House at the time of the shooting. We were having a couple of grand slams. His eggs were over easy, and his hash browns smothered and covered. Don't know who the hell he was, but he was there with me and a ton of other people as well. We all seen him in Georgia at the time of the shooting. All of us. We will all corroborate his alibi. Now hold on there, buddy, because Wednesday morning that fellow helped me clear snow off my driveway in Minnesota. I didn't catch his name either. He was just walking by and asked if I needed a hand. Here's a whole freaking laundry list of people providing this guy an alibi. I love it. I love it. I could find out this dude was my worst enemy and I still wouldn't snitch. I hope he ends up doing a national tour, taking lives and stealing hearts. I was there with him. Nice fellow. Seems like a real straight shooter. You know what, Junior? The internet can't even see you. Well, the internet might be able to see better if that surgery were covered by insurance. Oh boy. No, fam. Actually, I saw him in Russia. We were chilling, drinking kvass, eating pork steaks, and playing MechWarrior 5. Yes. Ain't no way such an upstanding guy would do anything bad. Even if they do find him, they're going to have a hell of a time finding a jury that hasn't been shafted by an insurance company. You know who's going to be crucified on the internet? Whoever it is that turns this guy in. Found him. Oh boy, now that's good. They photoshopped an image of Elon Musk in there. That's cute. That's really, really cute. Pretty sure most of us said good riddance when a morally bankrupt corporal got shot. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not going to snitch to make the orange man and his fucking sons happy. Hey, if they expect elementary school students to wear body armor in their backpacks, then he should have been walking around wearing a helmet. Otherwise, he was asking for it. Even if they find this guy, I was wondering, what are the chances of them finding the right people for a jury? Even if they didn't outright say not guilty, which they absolutely should, they could at least come back with a hung jury. United Healthcare would have to give the FBI the names of all the claims they have denied, and it would be virtually impossible to get through them all. And then they would have to investigate all the family members too. Imagine if this were cooking nonstop for like a decade. There's no way, even with computers. They would probably fix the jury or pay them all off. The top doesn't just let common people influence something like this. Hopefully, more people will target CEOs as opposed to schools and random everyday events. Yeah. Oh, it appears this isn't even the same guy. The hood is wrong, the backpack is wrong. Breaking, Dirtbag CEO killed. Breaking. It also looked unreal, like straight out of a John Wick movie. Breaking. We forgot to say he left a message in the coolest way possible by writing it on the shell casings. Screenwriters committing suicide over not having thought of that themselves. Breaking. After all that, we need you to know he has a dashing smile. I'd give him the best head I could for free, but you couldn't pay me to remember his face. Oh, what do the comments look like on Junior's post? I haven't seen a single anything where commenters actually want to find this guy, except for people like Junior son of a bitch. Is this really a unifying situation, or is my echo chamber just echoing? It isn't. Even Trump isn't stupid enough to share these tweets or speak about the issue, and neither has any major politician. There's a reason for that. They are afraid of this guy and what he represents. There is no statement they can make that won't get them raked through the coals, and they know it. Yep, if he gets caught, he needs to show up wearing that green coat that says, I don't care, do you? And the insurance companies are removing the leadership pages from their websites. Yeah, that's gonna do a whole lot of nothing. Oh boy. Y'all believe this waste of resources from the NYPD? Where were all the other manhunts for the previous 384 unsolved murders here this year? For real, burning my taxes to do a manhunt over a death panel CEO. What a joke. Ugh. Teddy Roosevelt would have given this guy a whooping. Hegseth, I don't answer to anyone in this group. None of you. Not to that camera at all. I answer to the president. I answer to the 50 the 100 senators who are part of this process. No, you don't. You serve every single person standing there in that room. You serve me. The entire point of being a public servant is serving the public. Jesus Christ, they've gone over this in movies. And it was a good thing. Anytime somebody told some guy, the president doesn't answer to you, this guy doesn't answer to you, they'll say, oh, yes, he damn well does. I'm an American citizen. He answers to me. This is the press. He answers to them. It's beginning to look a lot like fascism. There's brown shirts at the Grand Hotel, some at the shops as well, giving all the Untermenschen hell. It's beginning to look a lot like fascism. Flags in every store. But the most fascist sight to see is the poster that will be on your own front door. The remix is a banger. Get prepared for it. Yeah, come to Canada, people. We have pride flags at every school year round. Canada, less hate, more healthcare. Don't threaten us with a good time. Take a look at the 5s and 10s. It slipped in pockets once again. With support for Ukraine and healthcare taken away like Roe. A pair of Nazi jack boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Fuentes and Trump. Slaves that won't talk and a work around the clock is the hope of Vince and Elon. And you and I can hardly wait for them to just fucking go away. Okay, fuck, okay, whatever. Looks like kind of like a healthcare CEO in that lighting. Oh boy. Riots and torches all aglow. Yeah, don't let them tell you it ain't a cult. Because serving the public is a thing of the past. Today it's about loyalty to the supreme leader. Do you think he'll go for something like supreme leader? Like he's going to have to pick a title at some point. King, emperor, or will it be like Rome where the country is so scared of those terms they can just call him Trump, but it's like a legal thing? Oh, no, it's not. Geodis, God Emperor of the United States, is something Donald picked out all the way back in 2016. Well, he's already a giant worm, so that part of the process is already complete. So he's not a public servant. He's admitting that he's a Trump servant, a ball fondler, Trump's fluffer. Yeah, that's basically what he's admitting when he says that shit. I don't serve the public because, it's a job. I'm in this position because I serve a dude. I'm a slave to another man. Well, the healthcare CEO found out the other day. Yeah, he sure as hell did. Oh, and this is awesome. The Oklahoma sergeant who slammed the 71-year-old Asian man with bone cancer onto the pavement over a ticket has been charged with felony assault. He should be charged with attempted murder, but the guy is still hospitalized.
So I'm writing and issue.
And of course, if this guy ends up dying, the charge should automatically be updated to first-degree murder. It should already be attempted murder. You're thinking of manslaughter. Murder has that much higher threshold to prove intent. Okay, how can purposely slamming an old man head first with force into asphalt with cameras capturing the attack from multiple angles and him knowing it, not intentional? Anyone with an IQ above 90 should know an action like that could kill somebody. But of course, that's too much to ask of a cop. That could also be it, and I wouldn't doubt they will use that as an excuse for him. He's too fucking stupid to realize what he's doing. But then again, ignorance is not supposed to be an excuse to break the law, so I say charge him with attempted murder. Oklahoma City Fraternal Order of Police President Mark Nelson said the organization is sympathetic and recognizes the severity of his injuries, but expressed concern about the impact of the charges. It is very disappointing to see a police officer face felony charges for actions taken in good faith while serving in the line of duty. Oh my God. This is what's wrong with our country right here. In good faith, my fucking ass. You step back, you say, don't touch me, or I will have to arrest you for assaulting an officer. And then if he does it again, you arrest him. It's not going to be hard. He's 71 fucking years old. In no way would you ever justify doing what he did. This is what is meant with ACAB. The president of their union is seriously attempting to argue that this was absolutely warranted. The cops pay these people to represent them, and this is what they say. They literally call themselves a frat house. And of course, this fucking pig is going to say that he's been seriously affected by what happened, and they will give him a paid vacation, won't they? Actions taken in good faith. A 71-year-old who can't speak proper English refused to sign a ticket and tapped him on a vest. As a result, this pig felt so threatened, he decided to pick him up and slam him head first onto the pavement. And also, if this is the de-escalation training they're all supposed to be getting, they need another instructor. Yeah, I'll take begging the question for 800, Alex. That man can be seen touching his vest and saying, "Shut up." Well, you're absolutely right then. This old man should have been killed for it, right? I'll never understand what the fuck is wrong with cops, because they're low IQ authoritarian shitbags. That's that thin blue line for you. Man, it explicitly shows in the video that the old man touched his vest and said, "Shut up." It's a miracle the cop's feelings survived such a vicious assault. They should go after any woman this guy has had interaction with and put them on the witness stand. I'll bet this isn't the first time somebody told him to shut the fuck up and leave them alone. They're actually trying to portray this SOB as some sort of wrongfully charged innocent man. Well, Mark Nelson is a shitbag as well. Unbelievable. There is no way to justify doing that to a 71-year-old man or anybody. Anyone who tries to defend something like that needs to be immediately fired. But this is an interesting fact. The type of individual who does get the rocks off by doing this is exactly what the police force looks for. I do happen to know for a fact that they purposely look for really dumb fucking people. So, and this is why I don't understand how anyone can vote for the right wing. I mean, cops are like right wingers personified, or like meted down, like really not bright, no insight, no real good instincts, cause trouble wherever the fuck they go, an overinflated, unjustified, unwarranted sense of superiority and ego and importance, and just says stupid shit, and doesn't know how to read, and doesn't know how to read people, and doesn't know how to properly interact, does not understand respect, does not understand how to protect people or serve people or do for others. It's all about themselves, and I don't know. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. That old man really posed a serious threat. He was in serious danger at that point. Jesus. Little did you know he probably had acorns in his pocket. Acorns. I mean, seriously though, how the fuck could you ever sleep at night knowing that you treated anybody that way? A fucking old man, a typical crotchety old man who didn't know English, with his wife, probably his wife of like 40 fucking years, standing next to him, somebody's father, somebody's grandfather. How, why could you? Because they're short fuse assholes who become cops for a reason. And this one is from Oklahoma. I got a cop from Oklahoma in one of my Discord groups. The dude is constantly screaming and swearing at his toddlers over the mic. No shame or self-awareness whatsoever. Yeah, he probably puts his hands on them all the time too. They are chronic physical abusers. Well, it is the second worst state in the entire union, folks. Hey, you want to know something? We know Oklahoma sucks and everything, but yeah, don't start trying to say it like this is the norm for Oklahoma. This is what the fuck it's like everywhere. The Black Panthers figured this out. Citizens aren't allowed to defend ourselves. If police actually had to be afraid of people, they would never do anything like this. And that's the only reason the US had any gun control laws. Because armed black people were scary. Sure, he's being charged right now, but once he gets in front of a judge, that's where the wrist slaps come in. They won't be held accountable. He'll get a sentence, maybe serve less than half of it. This is why people are attracted to becoming cops, because you get off light for any crime you commit because you're a part of a gang of cowards. What kind of real person of intelligence and conscience and decency will see something like this and say, I can't wait to get a job like this? I want to say I'm in fear all the time, but ironically think I'm better than other people and whip out my gun and get away with murdering people. It's not a bad apple situation anymore. The tree is rotted, and rotten trees need to be culled, or else you get these videos as a weekly occurrence. And just another uniquely American experience in the greatest country ever. Fuck that cop, and I hope he rots. They are practically untrained near randos, which is to be expected, includes the odd character who is totally not suitable for this job and not only can't handle themselves, but the power they're entrusted with. The fact that Mark Nelson stood up for this clown is a fucking joke. It's such a shame the impact this will have on officers. Yeah, knowing that they can't maim people over tickets or some ancient man poking your vest, you untouchable little bitches. You couldn't pay me to live in Oklahoma or Florida. Those places are absolute swamps of racism. Sergeant Gibson followed his de-escalation training and protocol when assaulted. Are you kidding me? That is that isn't a real response to what happened. That's not a live response. That's something that was spit out by a computer. Something that was written by somebody else that he just fed to the media. Guy probably wasn't even smart enough to think about a good, eloquent, logical way of defending this guy. They probably have all this shit like pre-written. It's like if you're a telemarketer and they have the script at your desk and then they have these little tips that tell you don't use this word, don't use that word, don't say this, don't say that, because more people will hang up. And what happens when you call, people hang up? I mean, they know better. Yeah, this guy was waiting for any excuse to use violence. He's also wearing a fucking bulletproof vest, too. What a piece of shit. If we stop giving people with low IQ guns and steroids under the guise of helping the public, it doesn't matter. No real person would want that job. Only a cop would call a felony assault professionalism. Well, how else are they going to get away with committing felony assault? They trying to make it seem like this guy was in a hostage situation fighting for his life. And you want to know what the ironic thing is? The ironic thing is that if this were a hostage situation and this guy had to fight for his life, he wouldn't. He would run the fuck away. He'd run the fuck away, call all of his buddies, and they would stand somewhere way outside the area of danger. They probably would stand around and fuck around on their phones while people were getting taken hostage and being killed, because they've done it before multiple times. That's how it works in this country. He already has bone cancer, the most painful form of cancer ever, I hear. Some dumb fucking pig slams him into the ground and fucks the rest of his life up. Fuck that piece of shit. You know what? Seriously. Seriously. I would put this guy away just for that alone. The fact that you fucking did that to this old guy who is suffering from bone cancer and couldn't put up a fight if you paid him $1,000,000. I'd put him away for that. And if he really didn't know that the guy had bone cancer, how was he supposed to know? Ignorance ain't no excuse to break the law, motherfucker. I'd put him away. This is the type of shit we need to have happen in this country. And you know what? That's why that guy shot that CEO in the back of the fucking head. When the system you pay to protect you has no interest in protecting you, you have no choice but to take action yourself. And that's legit why we're supposed to have a Second Amendment. That is why the Constitution is supposed to give people the rights that they have, base inalienable rights. In case your government goes off the rails, in case people who you pay with taxes to serve you don't want to do so. You're supposed to, as people in a country that is supposed to always remain free and run by you, you're supposed to always have that freedom to protect you, yours, and your neighbors from overreach. It isn't whatever these fucking brainwashed maggots want to spin it. Something like this should never, ever happen in a truly free nation. Nobody, let alone some 71-year-old guy with bone cancer, should ever, ever have to fear or worry about something like this happening to him. I'm telling you, and because these people are so insecure, they're so fucking not bright, they're so fucking mentally ill in some way. Their whole system is fucked up. I'm telling you, you do shit like this, you throw them away, you let them know there are consequences that they are never getting away from. You admonish these people, you name and shame these people for even thinking of trying to defend behavior like this. You even get like what happened with that CEO the other day. You will start to see all this shit start to go away pretty goddamn quick. This shit will instantly creep to a halt. And it could be so simple. It could be so simple because these people are so fucking simple. All it'll take is once or twice, and you'll see this shit drop to almost nothing. I mean, in the UK, they decided to put, what is it? Cameras on all their cops because they have complaints and lawsuits and shit too over there, although it's not nearly like how it is over here. And all they did was put cameras on these guys. And these cameras cannot be turned off. Malfeasance is to be assumed if something happens to one of their cams. Within a week, the instances of complaints and lawsuits and whatever it is that these people do when their cops cross the line dropped by over 90% in a week. In a week. Instances that we now know are on account of their cops just went away by over 90% once they started holding them accountable. They're not very bright people, but they are at least smart enough to understand consequences when it is time for consequences to come due. And that's why I'm saying it would not take much. You put your foot down, you throw the book at these people. This guy should be planning on moving across the country by now, because that's how much shit he should be getting online and in everyday life because of this video getting out. And this Nelson fuck that's trying to defend it, he should be on his way to another fucking country a week from now. from all the backlash they should be getting. You do this type of shit when this shit happens, you get judges who throw the book at them just like they did if they treated these pigs the same way they treated what was it? That dude that I forgot his name, that dude that was like choked out on the pavement for 9 minutes. And that guy, there was no way at that point. National outrage was so apparent. He was never gonna get away with it. So he was put in prison for like 25 years to life. And the minute he actually figured out he was going to have to face consequences for this, there's no getting out of it, his wife left him and is probably so fucking relieved, was so fucking happy probably, that she got away from him. And it's probably what all of their like poor fucking wives and children, anyone who's involved with them, they probably all feel the same way. So you're not just helping the public, you're helping these idiots' families by putting them away. And you start doing this, I promise you, you remind them that they are public servants and there are lines they are never to cross with people, you will start to see this shit go away pretty fucking quick. It will practically disappear in this country. You have to make it impossible for it not to happen. Look at this guy. Never any fucking excuse for something like that. Never. This family should sue for fucking 50 million. It's another thing. Bankrupt them. Bankrupt them. Hell, make it a law that everything has to come out of their pay and pension. And this shit will go away just like that. Just that simple. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. How can you not see these examples in your real life when you got somebody who likes to bully, likes to think that he's a lot smarter or a lot stronger or a lot more untouchable than he is? He can cause misery for everyone around him, and the minute somebody snaps, all it takes is one good punch in the face, and that kid is never a problem again. It's all it takes. It's really, really quick and easy to snap these people back into reality. And you do it as soon as you see it, you shut this shit down before it even starts. You will never have a problem in this country again. But of course, you know, it depends. It depends on who the person is and what people feel like doing. So, if, you know, of course, if it were me, if I were in charge of it, this guy would have hanged himself days ago, weeks ago, over this shit, because that's how bad he would have felt it. The wrath of the public and this victim's family. And that's how it should be. You gotta cut this shit where it starts before it can get anywhere. and you will never have this problem in this country again. But not only is he maybe sorta gonna face a felony assault charge, we don't know, but his little overpaid union reps and his boss and everybody else, they are going to publicly defend his actions. That's how we know nothing's gonna stick. That motherfucker should never get away with saying that. But it's all dependent on what all of you decide to do about it. Just take a look and say, too bad, I'm angry, or take a look, say I'm angry, and I'm gonna bitch and complain about it so that as many people as possible hear about this and also bring it to other people's attention. And it doesn't go away until we're satisfied with the outcome. Just like what happened, George Floyd. That's it. That's how it happened for that cop. And it still wasn't good enough, in my opinion. I think all of the other ones there should have been put in prison for about 25 years, too. But, whatever. When you spent billions and destroyed your brand to recreate 1930s Germany and got 1780s France instead. Yeah, that's what people are referring to with the CEO getting shot. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy that somebody is stepping up and doing an actual something to change the way things are in this country. And I'm not controversial for doing rim shots yesterday, making jokes about that guy, because everybody is either happy that it happened or they're happy and they hope it happens again. I'm telling you, the only difference between people like Elon Musk and people like these dumbass cops are that Elon Musk has enough money that he can stay delusional. He can believe whatever he wants about himself, and he can really get out of whatever he wants because he has all the money in the free world. Cops don't. So in a way, it would be easier for us to cut this police problem than it would be for us to deal with Elon, if you think about it. But I don't know.